Yeah, we live, we back.
Yeah.
Reminisce, reminisce. This track hits every time, I'm telling you. Hey.
Guys, just take us back. Yeah. I'm a crank that can't go, but
All right.
What up, though?
Man, feeling blessed and highly favored, man. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying what, the times, man, enjoying, Black History Month, man. We here. I mean, as you know, like for us, like, like Black History is 365 though, but it's always nice when this time around comes around. So always got a big up,
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Black History is all year, every day. And it's for all the people. I had some random thoughts like,
yeah, speak on it.
I thought sometimes I just flip it around, and I just thought for some people it's not Black History Month, it's Black Sympathy Month, and they're just like, oh, all right, let's. It's just like they pay attention to Black people and only pay attention to just the same old tragic stories, and be like, oh, okay, this is the month where we talk about slavery for a little bit, and talk about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and a couple typical things. So it's like. No, man, it's not about sympathy right now. It's about like, I love when people just flip it. It's Black Futures Month. Like,
that's it right there.
Just think of brand new ideas. It's 2021, man. We shouldn't be doing the same things that we did in 1994, even though like X hats and like red, black, and green medallions, they're still eternally relevant.
True. But no, but I definitely agree with that. You know what I mean? And sympathy, can only go so far. You know what I mean? We need more and more empathy, but bigger than that, we need like real actions. Like we need real, like allies. Like real allyship and people who want to like push, the culture forward and educate. Especially in spaces that we're not really present in. So and also too, like for a lot of us, is really just like a refresher. You know what I mean? Like just kind of like a little like boost, you know what I mean? Just to get that energy going, you know what I mean? But I totally agree, man. 100%.
Black Futures Month. Yes.
Yeah. Black Futures Month. And
shout out to D.
Big up.
Yes. So how you doing though, brother? You feeling good? How you feeling?
Yo, man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm actually rocking on my homeboy's shirt. His name is Fame Holiday. He's getting ready to drop a music video on February 4th. It's going to be incredible. I got a little cameo in there, well, a couple cameos in there, representing, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like this like social justice, right. Black Lives Matter type vibe. But it's like, it's more like of like the uplifting kind of, perspective, right? So really just showing that, like he's an artist who, his music doesn't always reflect that, I mean, he's more the party kind of vibe and he's great at what he does, but he was just an artist that was like, you know what, like I got to use my platform. I have a platform to say something. I'm going to use this to do something, you know what I mean? So he shot like the video back in November. And I remember originally he wanted to like release it in December. And I was like, just, hold on a little bit, just, you know what I mean? And now I think it's like a perfect time for him to like, just keep that energy going and whatnot. So, so it's Black Lives Matter now and forever, you know what I mean? So definitely got to represent for the people them. So, y'all got to look out for the video when it drops, man. Fame Holiday, you know what I mean? That's coming out February 4th, on all platforms and what have you, you know what I mean? So, so that's great. Another thing that's out is what we got here. Let me see if I can share some of this. So Stolen from Africa, like we just kind of released these, educational resources for schools, because everything's like virtual nowadays or whatever. So I wanted to share this like real quick. Whoops, put this back on there. There we go. This is a website for those who want to check it out. Educational resources for Black History Month and beyond at stolenfromafrica.org. So, we have this this resource called Hidden Treasures, which actually highlights aspects of the transatlantic slave trade. Like what we did is we got like 2 artists, one from Toronto, shout out Jelly Two Fly, and then we have Toyoshi from Atlanta, Georgia, and we got them to retrace historic slave trading routes in Ontario as well as in the South. And then later on, they end up going to Ghana, which you can see the castle here. And I believe like you yourself got the chance to travel out there, man. You know what I mean? So we got like these resources here, and we really are showing this how African labor really built a global economy. So we got infographics, like we're really going hard, man. So y'all can definitely check that out. That's on the website, that's stolenfromafrica.org. And then another thing I want to quickly drop is the Toronto Black Film Festival, which is getting ready to launch February 10th. And we are co-presenting a film called Through the Wire. So I'm just going to read this real quick. It says, set in 2005, Through the Wire is a film about a young producer and college dropout who receives a call that could change his life forever. As he begins preparing himself for stardom, cautionary tales of the industry dampen his excitement, and family and friends respond to the news, send him on an emotional roller coaster. Should he cherish the moment or wait until the ink dries? Dun, 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 dun.
Yo, so that sounds sick as hell. Yo,
yeah, that's cool. You know what? Maybe I'm just gonna play this trailer real quick. I think this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this real quick. It's Toronto Black Film Festival. Let's see what we got.
All right.
I had a dream that touched me deep down inside.
Yo, T, it's good.
Oh yes, I did. Oh,
you're excited, babe. Tell me you're excited.
I feel a woman tell
What you know about intellectual property?
A music deal. What does this have to do with school?
Oh yes, I did.
There's a reason why Prince became the artist formerly known as Prince. Don't be no slave.
You wouldn't take your girlfriend on the red carpet before me, would you?
We made it.
Well then.
Yeah.
What is that? That looks interesting.
Yeah. So that will be what is the date? I should know this. Where doesn't say the date here. That's a little strange. Well, I wouldn't say. Well, anyways, y'all can go to the Toronto Black Film Festival website, man. That's going to be launching online. You know what I mean? So a lot of incredible films, but definitely check out the website though. There's a lot of, they always come correct with the events. Usually we go to the red carpet and the premiere, and it's just a great networking vibe. But because of COVID and the circumstances that we're facing, everything is digital. So but it's all good though. You can't stop the movement, can't stop the progress. You know what I mean? Where we're still going to represent exactly how we represent. And when they put up a wall, man, we go around it or go under it, like leap over it. However, you know what I mean? We just keep it moving. So
that's hip hop.
Yeah. That is, man. So that's the Toronto Black Film Festival. We've been supporting that for several years now. So yeah, man, that's just a little bit of like where my head's at. So I feel motivated and inspired and just excited to keep this energy beyond February, as we always do, man. Stolen from Africa, right?
And the damn thing changed, yo. It's 24/7, 365, knowledge of self and sharing and truth. So I mean, it's peace to the people who need this boost and celebration, but none of this stops being relevant on March 1st or May 1st or November 1st. So, but that being said, maybe
how you feeling?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Things are on the up and up a little.
Right.
I shot a video, my very first video outside.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I mean, I shot it with one director, and we were distanced from all kinds of people. We were in a graffiti alley, actually.
Nice.
And yeah, we got. I don't want to ruin everything in the video, but I do want to shout out the graffiti artist who had the Breonna Taylor piece that we got up.
Peace.
Video. So yeah, there was some beautiful art. There's some more that we did capture. I don't want to ruin all the surprises, but
sounds like it was cold though, man. Like, you know, like shooting outside in the
Lord, you read my mind.
Yes.
It was freezing. It was freezing. But
and you got to pretend like you're having a good time.
oh my God,
Smile.
I had to rock and be energetic, but whew, it was very cold, and we had to change outside. So, but the sacrifices that we have to make for our art is there, and this is going to be the first video off my Blindside is 2020 EP, so I'm happy about it.
It's peace, man.
And
peace, man. But yeah, like speaking of music, you know, I know that last week we had Collision, you know, Nefarious, Tough Dumpling, you know, representing, giving us some gems, yo, incredible. Like for those who missed out, like y'all gotta check out, you know, the replay. You know, we just launched a YouTube channel, which I'm actually going to send in the links right now for y'all to, you know, connect with. Let me see here. Yeah. Boom. So there we go, man. Y'all want to check it out, man. That is the YouTube channel, so you can see the replay. I mean, Tough Dumpling was just dropping a lot of like Toronto history as usual and really giving context, and just, I'm not even going to ruin it, but like it was just incredible. But Mindbender, you actually had like a song that you did with him, which you didn't really get to cover the last time. And I know that you're going to be playing a little bit of a clip or something you're gonna show us. But first of all, before you even play it, like talk about like the whole process, like how this even came about. Like how did you connect with Collision?
Well, I've been friends with him from time, just being a hip hop head in Toronto, and I was a fan, and I very much could relate to a lot of the things that he was saying and pondering, and you can't handle the truth. And I'm like, word up, man, yo, he's just because I had my own weird underground style, but I still was, you know, kind of on the outskirts, the same way Collision was on the outskirts. There was a lot of dope MCs who were doing their own thing and weren't following certain trends and patterns, and weren't trying to sound like Canadian clones of Americans, or weren't just following the industry chart rules to get signed to the labels that were only signing a few artists at the time. So I was just like, you know, I was like a fan of his production. His beats banged and he was amazing. So before he moved, I was like, yo, man, it wasn't right before he moved, but he was kind of starting to talk about leaving, and I was just saying, damn, man, like I'm not leaving here. I'm not letting this guy leave without us making something, because I always loved his production. So
It's true.
We did it the kind of old school way, and I found this record with sample that I liked, and I was like, yo, I think he could flip it and cut it up and make it a bomb. So I brought the record over to his place, and we were just jamming there, and yo, he just chopped it up on the spot, and boom, made a smash. And yeah, so in the tradition of Collision, I made a song called Blame Canada, and
Blame Canada. Okay.
Like, shout out to you know, the South Park moment, and yeah, I'm just gonna play the first verse. It's pretty fun. It's a dope one. Here we go. Now, what? With Mindbender on a Collision instrumental, microphones get turned to twisted metal. You think you're king of Toronto? You're not even a Mr. Metro. I live on Jarvis Street, where someone started erotically. Your installers are their needs, and you can buy crack off of freaks who could invade your private property, doing today's violent robbery that's not on the news. Near Maple Leaf Gardens, cops, animal mob, gambling payoffs, robbing transsexual prostitutes. But tell them our truth that makes the feds nervous. Cause when I'm rocking the mic, I'm more honest than Ed Nervous. Factual. My microphone magic show should be at the dome, or at least half time at a Raptors home game, yo. The Premium Unit been doing world-class rap music since 1992, but you have to know, the screw-based capital has shown hate to its own since the days of Chili Chillo. Mindbender got next and survived called fresh. Thought process beyond Canada's inferiority complex, and the chaos of this industry makes me want to exit. Heaven only knows when our unsigned hype will be respected. Even in the blackout, I saw rivals on Spadila when they were able to get the turntable spinning, showing hip hop is living. It's really living. The system can't get the plug on the vibe that was given. They can't get the plug on the vibe that was given. They can't get the plug on the vibe.
Yeah.
My business says Blake Canada, afraid to give up something new. We still ain't
taking on you.
If you want the money, power, and respect, don't even answer the microphone, folks. Yeah.
That's dope, man. You're riding that beat, man. Those beats just bump, man. It's just, you can't help but to just move your head, man. It's incredible, man. Yo, that's fire, yo.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I wish
Let that vibe, man. Let that vibe.
Yeah, man. I should have made a video out of that. Still.
That would have been, yeah,
man. But yeah, there was a long version, and we ended off with the Blame Canada. They're not even a real country anyway. clip from South Park, so it's dope.
Okay, South Park, man. Yo, throwback right there. Yeah, man. But no, like I was just thinking about Collision, man, when he was talking about how him and Quezro formed their group, Nefarious. And it was basically because they just both had incompleted songs, and they just kind of jumped on each other's tracks, and then that just became the thing. That if that isn't hip hop, I don't know what is, man.
That's unbelievable, right? Jewels that he revealed were so amazing, man. I am so mind blown that the Rascals were almost on that song.
Right.
Right. Oh, and I mean, it was amazing to have Phife Dawg and Collision is
right.
That
was a vibe. That was a vibe.
So hip hop, one of Canada's best sound boy mic rockers, and the same with America, dancehall MCs. It's this is perfect.
It was super validating, man. Validating right there.
I mean, it would have been really dope to have Red One on there, but it's really also dope that Red One was like, "Yo, y'all can't keep splitting us up and just trying to take me," because we, most people know, there was some Misfit fans. It's not like Misfit didn't have fans, but Red One was generally slightly kind of a little more popular. So, but it's like Tribe Called Quest, man. Everyone knows Q-Tip is more popular, but that doesn't mean that Phife Dawg is. But they're both valid.
Something speaking of Red One, shout out Vancouver. I've never been to Vancouver yet, but I definitely have that on my list, man. Go to the West Coast. But there's actually, I feel like there's a few songs where Red One was solo on that. One that comes to mind was the Ghetto Concept Still Too Much or Too Much remix.
Yeah.
That had Cardinal, Maestro, Red One. And I remember specifically in the video, he had this a wristband or whatever, but he had it on his arm, and it said Misfit on it. So it was kind of him representing in a way, still, and now I think about it, what if, because it's so hard. I get you're a crew, you come as a package, and it's got to be stern with that, but in the grand scheme of things, where it's just okay, well, if you're representing, then I'm being represented, you know what I mean? And I wonder what that would have meant if Red One was able to be on that track, because Red One did bring a bit of every now and then he would incorporate some Caribbean, Jamaican type of vibe, swag, you know what I mean, to his lyrical flow. And I'm just thinking those three combined, I think that would have been something pretty magical and special. But we'll never know. We'll never know.
We'll never know. And it's a blessing to even get that story, to know that could have been that close, and maybe somebody can just we can't Frankenstein together a song, get a Red One verse, and just cut it into the
man.
But switching topics for a minute, I wanted to talk about our big brother. I mean, definitely something that ties into Black History Month. This man is living Black History Month in Hollywood, as far as the not Canadian Black Film Festival, but just Black film. So I want to talk about Denzel Washington, and some good things, and maybe not so good things that he'd been a part of.
Speak on it.
Quickly wanted to, you had your clip, but I also had this clip here, because I did want to talk about his new movie. I don't know how many movie fans are out there, but I love movies.
And we have nothing else to do but watch movies, man. Everybody's a movie fan now, man. So it's what suggestions do you have, man? Put it out, man. Let's check it out.
Yeah, well, we could repeat this. It's
get the volume up.
And then you have that one little feeling You should have listened to that one little feeling. Just like I'm listening to you now. You can talk to me. I'm all a friend you got. You're not exactly a department favorite. Things probably changed a lot since you left. Still got to catch him, right? Yeah. Not that much has changed then, huh? I can assure you all, we are taking a 24/7 all hands on deck approach to these cases. Guy's a shark. If he stops, he dies. He likes to drive. Probably has a decent car, maybe 2, high mileage. You must really like my car. I do. How's the trunk space? Something I gotta know. How's a guy with the best clearance rate in the department work 15 years without a promotion? Maybe I didn't go to the right church.
Damn, bro.
When I look in your eyes, what I see, it ain't good.
He knew all the details, but he wasn't within 10 miles of the killing.
Why ain't that? Why is How's the trunk space? What do you want? I want to nail the bastard. For who? For all of the girls he killed.
Yeah. Well,
I want to nail the bastard too. Difference is, I'm doing this for me. It's the little things, Jimmy. It's the little things that rip you apart. It's the little things that get you caught.
yeah. So
Okay.
So I saw it. I ain't gonna ruin it. I saw it, but the point is, he's a policeman in this. First of all, it kind of seems like it's seven, but I didn't think it was as good as 7. Definitely,
Right.
like Natural Born Killer, Zodiac, some of those movies I thought were
Okay. Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal. I thought they were better than this. It's worth watching.
Okay.
We ain't got much else to watch right now, but the point is, he plays a cop in this, and Denzel has played a cop multiple times in his career, like
True.
The Bone Collector and Training Day and whatnot, and a couple other movies. But he was quoted. I brought that up because I wanted to read another quote.
I don't want to misquote him. I gotta get it right.
Yeah. So, during a press run for his latest film, Washington seemed to have little qualms about his roles in The Bone Collector, Out of Time, Training Day, or other projects where he portrays members of the force. Instead, he emphasized his support for law enforcement and members of the military during an interview with Yahoo Entertainment. And this is his quote, quote unquote, "I have the utmost respect for what they do, for what our soldiers do, people that sacrifice their lives," he said. "I just don't care for people who put those kind of people down. If it weren't for them, we would not have the freedom to complain about what they do." And I just wanted us to talk about this.
Yeah, that's like I'll start by saying this.
How do you feel about that, man?
Like I said, I'll just start by saying this. Like from the perspective of people putting their lives in the line for others, I get that. You know what I mean? Like I can definitely respect that, because I know that I wouldn't do that, I can't like pigeonhole and put everybody in one, singular like category. You know what I mean? So when he starts off and says that, I hear it and I understand it. And then the other part of it is where he says that he can't stand people who like put them down. I think like you have like individuals, and then you have like the institution. You have like the whole force. You know what I mean? So to generalize in one end and then to like not understand, like I think that's kind of like problematic. You know what I mean? because I can't sit here and say that, you know, every officer is evil or bad or whatever, because, you know, that's just not fair. And I've personally met some pretty decent officers that, you know, were pretty lenient in certain situations or whatever. So, you know, I can't generalize like that. But like when it's just like a black and white thing where they're just like it's either this or that, it's like no. You have to understand. You know, like maybe Denzel has like family members who are in the military and whatnot, so that adds another dynamic as to like the close proximity and relation and whatnot. And maybe he had only strictly, you know, positive experiences, right? But not everybody has that. You know what I mean? Like some people, all they know is bad experiences. Like they didn't get the experience of like the officer, you know, playing hockey in the cul-de-sac with their friends and buying ice cream and stuff like that. And you know them on a first name basis like that. Like, you know, in the inner city, it's not the relationship that we have like in, let's say, like, you know, the suburbs, or not even like in rural Ontario or something, somewhere up north, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, where like, you know, like the officers will be coming home to your house and hanging out and stuff like that, and because they're your parents' friends or what have you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think there's like a lot to it, and to make these like statements that are just like that, I think is really dismissive to the variations of experiences. You know what I mean?
Absolutely agreed. And it's unbelievable that Denzel would actually say something that reveals such a lack of awareness of the experience of millions of people. It's not it's not like, are you serious, Denzel Washington? Are you saying that people are complaining for no reason? Right. Like you like, are you aware? Like what he says is, you know, like, I don't care who people who put those kind of people down. It's not. We wouldn't have the freedom to complain about what they do. What do you mean? Like, those cops are quote unquote risking their lives. Yeah, some cops risk their lives, but not every cop on every shift risks their life. And policemen aren't the only people in society that risk their lives every time they go to work. What about pilots? What about doctors and nurses that work in trauma centers and hospitals? You know, what about firemen? What about firefighters? Firefighters risk their lives all the time. So it's not like cops are the only people that should have this privilege. And it seems like cops are the only people that like, I love this line forever. I don't say it often, but I'm like, ain't nobody in the hood make a song called "Fuck the Firemen," yo. Like, people made they made the song "Fuck the Police" for a reason. Like, nobody's saying "fuck the firemen" or "fuck the doctors." You know, we know this. You know, there's certain problems in the hospitals about being a black patient or whatever. That's another issue. But like, the point is, Denzel is just so far off base, and he doesn't want to get caught in some dichotomy or hypocrisy about, I play cops on screen and I get privileged by playing these usually winning people or powerful people, or you know, it's like, dog, you played the equalizer as well. Like, you've played people like where's your moral line?
And the thing is like, you know, he lives in a different bubble. You know what I mean? Like, his reality isn't like the average like black person's experience. You know what I mean? Like, this is like when he gets to like, you know, social class and whatnot, and you know what I mean? Like it's not the same experiences, but it is super dismissive to those who do experience that. And then the second part of that line where he mentions about like, I can't remember the exact quote what he said, but something along the lines of like, without the police that we wouldn't have like our freedoms or whatever, you know, of speech. And that is not like true, you know. I don't think like police regulate you know, freedom of speeches at all, actually. So that's a strange place. But I find usually like when people speak in that context, it's because they typically have like family members or like, you know, someone who's like very close to them are in those positions. Like, typically, like when people are strong like that, and it's like, I can't stand people who put them down. And it's like, well, how about we ask ourselves why? You know what I mean? Like, why is there like, you know, a song called "F the Police" and whatnot? Like, let's just start there. Like, to ask why, and then I'm sure we can find like a paper trail that would, you know, pretty much justify that kind of anger. You know what I mean? Like, is there other ways to express? Sure, but to be dismissive, I think is extremely ignorant and harmful. Especially as like a black man in a privileged position when you know very well that your reality is not of such. There is a bit of a responsibility to say your piece, but at least acknowledge the other side too. To be like, this is how I feel about it. However, I do understand that these are not the same experiences, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And then it would have been fine, because then you should be able, again, have that freedom of speech to express how you feel or whatever, and ain't nobody got a problem with that. But just don't be ignorant, especially when you're of that status and have this like world view of things and should be enlightened. And anyways, yeah,
you said it exactly. And just like you were saying before, it's him and Morgan Freeman and certain, like even Chris Rock. Chris Rock said some very pro police things a couple times, and I was like, oh man, you guys, like you can't see that, like, your huge millionaire pockets and your investments in maintaining a certain status quo about making America think that everyone can make it, or like, you guys kind of play certain roles in society, like either consciously or unconsciously, and you have to be able to see the bigger picture here. And like whether or not you came from a poor background or not, or you came from violence or not, like, are you not aware of these things? Like, there's people getting slaughtered all the time by the police. It's not, like every time people say abolish the police and stuff, there's thousands of cases of absolute unbelievable corruption where it's like, if these people didn't have the structure of the police organization and the institution, they wouldn't have no ways to do these crimes. So like, let's stop this whole system. But yeah, it's it's a longer
conversation.
But thanks a lot. We just wanted to go in on Denzel a little, like, brother, we love you, but like, I just wanted to, like, there's nobody that's beyond criticism.
Right.
So yeah,
and it's constructive criticism, you know what I mean? And I feel like, our criticism is rooted in love, and understanding. You know what I mean? The same thing that I would expect for someone to approach me with, you know what I mean? Like, if there's something that I need to be aware of, then that's what it is. So yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So
what you got, the flyer bag? What you got?
You got the flyer bag here. I was like, yo, we just past the halfway point. Oh shoot. Oh, that's a manifested one. Oh, the Freedom Riders one. The thing is, there's not that many hip hop ones in here anymore. There's all these random other weird events.
Non-hip hop related events. Like, what kind of flyers you got in there, Brent?
Oh, like so many weird things. Well, here's the rape one. Like, here's I mean, I don't know if I showed this one, but like a main ingredient one.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out DJ Mensa.
Mensa, whatever happened to DJ Mensa? I remember he used to be at like all the the spots, man. He was like that DJ.
I think he's still doing his thing. Like,
yeah,
Mensa DJ'd one of the most amazing weddings in my life. Like,
oh yeah, eh?
Yeah, Mensa is a real ill dude. I got so much
love. Man, shout out DJ Mensa.
I gotta find a second bag and just re-up, but like,
you got all these flyers, but none.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because, like I got some KOTD stuff. Okay. Well, I'll pull this one out.
We got Zaki Ibrahim. Shout out Zaki, man. Oh, Lao, Motion. Oh, Tanika Charles. Oh, God, that's the fams right there, man. That's all the peoples.
Yeah.
Okay, like, DJ Eloquent, Mel Boogie.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Okay.
At the
Mod Club. Oh, man.
No more, man. Like,
R.I.P. to the Mod Club, man. I spent a lot of good times there, man.
This was a great event, yo. Like,
Yo, shout out Zaki. I mean, she would be kind of
Look
dope
at
to
that
have on here as well. I remember several years ago, this must have been like 2006. Like a bunch of us went to New York, and Zaki and Isis. Remember Isis?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Isis. We all
Sandy knows ISIS.
yeah, no doubt. we all went to New York, man, and we're out in Harlem, and they were performing at the Apollo, actually. And I remember, like, we got like little like televised cameo on there and whatnot. And it was just a nice vibe, yo. So like shout out Zaki.
You saw them at the Apollo?
Sorry?
You saw them at the Apollo?
Yeah, we all like went down. It was like a group of us that were just out in New York. And I remember we like ran into Eternia. Like that was so dope too. Like we went to this lounge and then like Eternia was just sitting there. I was like, yo, like I'm like, Toronto's out here, yo. So that was so peace, man.
That's sick as hell.
No, those are good times, man. Those are definitely good times, man.
Yeah, where that?
I'm in Harlem, man. Right there, man. The Apollo.
Yo, that's amazing. Oh, amazing sickness. So, yo, actually, I just before we bounce, I see Colleen says, well, maybe we could quickly just talk about that. Would you recommend, when speaking of police agencies, that both sides are recognized in the conversation?
Yeah, I think that's pretty logical. Just sometimes, because I think when it comes to conversations, like for me, like the whole purpose is comprehension, and in order to do that, like we have to like have understanding and really hear all the different elements. You know what I mean? It's like it's like a simple thing, like like 9 + 1 = 10, but so does 6 + 4 and 7 + 3 and so on. So there's going to be different variations. But if someone's just like, no, it's 9 + 1 and that's it, it's like not really but that's not to discredit your perspective. Like that is true. However, there's other things that we have to consider. You know what I mean? So that's really all it is. That's really all it is. So
that's really, it's like, yo, man, every scene should have the perspective and the testimony of the cop and the quote unquote defendant, quote unquote criminal, whoever. Like, it can't be just a cop being like, well, I was in danger and I saw them pull a knife and I had to kill them, and that's the end of the story. Like, what is that? It's like, yo, come on, man. Like, how are we gonna not know what happened to Sandra Bland? What happened to fill in the blank? So many people, you don't even know the end details of their life, and it's just like, yo, man, this is just unjust. I don't care if it was a cop, any situation in life. There's got to be, three sides to the story. One side, the other side, and then quote unquote impartial third party, or just what the hell we think when we hear both sides. And it's like,
that's it. Yes.
If we never hear both sides, we never know what the truth is. So
yeah, that's it, man. It's multidimensional, man. We got to see all the different layers.
That's it.
All of them, man.
That's it. And there's so many incomplete stories, yo. We just like never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, yo, peace to righteous, yo. See you out
salute.
There. And
geez.
yeah, yo. Any last words? Any thoughts? Any questions? Yo, wait. Next week we got Ian Kamal coming on.
Ian Kamal, yes.
It's gonna be special. Our brother Ian. We are gonna have a special conversation and reminisce, but also answer some questions and ask him some questions. So if you have any questions, hit us up. The email, reminisceshow@gmail.com.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. You got any final thoughts? Anything else you want to big up?
I just want to big up like the YouTube channel. So I'm gonna put that in the chat again. Yeah, it has an archive of like the interviews, some of our past episodes, but also like, we're really populating it for just those who are really interested in like, Toronto history and, music, especially, in the context of hip hop. So there's like a lot of throwback, music videos, some documentaries that I came across, and just like, old Much Music interviews that like, like a lot of things that were happening in Toronto. So y'all want to go down memory lane, check out the Reminisce Show on YouTube. If there's any videos that we should, have featured on there, let us know, because we really want this populated and just have it in one centralized space so everyone can just reminisce. You know what I'm saying?
And if there's anybody that you want to have us interview or ask questions to, hit us up and let us know. We'll reach out to them. Or if you want to be featured on the show, like holler at us if you got
a crazy story or something, man. Like, yeah, let us know.
Crazy story, or if you're reflecting on some times in the past that were not during the pandemic, want to reflect and reminisce on something. Yeah. Let's talk about it, yo. This is a community connection space for all of us. So thanks a lot, Colleen. Yo, Righteous, Sandy,
peace.
D. Everybody's tuning in. Yo, if my homies Chris is checking it out, thanks. And Ian, come out next week.
That's what's up, man. All right, man. So we out. Yo, we out. Join us next week, man. 7 p.m. Same time, same channel. Man, as we reminisce, man. Reminisce.
Word up, word up. One love to all y'all.